going on, everyone? Today I want to talk about lifting straps. Now this is a question I get asked all the time on Twitter. When they see videos of me doing any exercise with straps, I get asked this by clients all the time. So I'm going to use this as a tool for information to send to clients that you can watch this as well, in terms of when we can use straps and when to utilize them. So with lifting straps, you're going to be in one of two camps. For me, right, if you're a power lifter or just everybody else, that's the categories that I'm going to put you in when it comes to should we use lifting straps for deadlifts, back work. I'm going to go into each one of those and go into it individually. So let's say first off, we're a power lifter, right? So when we're a powerlifter, we're going to compete on the platform and we can't use straps. We're either going to use a hook grip, so a double over hook grip, or a mixed grip, so an over underhand grip. That's what you can only use them two grips. So if we're going to step on the platform, we need to make sure that we're trained in the skill of deadlifting with the grip that we're going to use on the platform. Does that make sense? That's a big component of it. The body will adapt to the specific demands that you put on the body. So if we're going to compete max effort with the mixed grip, well, we better make sure that we're training with the mixed grip, because it would make no sense to do all of our training, all of our sets with straps, and then when it comes to compete, we instantly go to a mixed grip. We've got to train that skill. So if you're a powerlifter, you've got to train when you do your deadlifts. It makes the most amount of sense to train with the grip that you're going to compete with. However, there's a caveat to that. If you use hook grip, now people's hands and thumbs can get pretty beat up with hook grip. So what you can do, and what a lot of the best powerlifters will do who train with hook, they will warm up all the way up to their top set using hook grip. They will do their first set with hook grip, or their heaviest weight for the day, and then they will do their back down sets with straps to save their grip. Not only does it save their grip, it doesn't beat their nervous system up as much. It's the same with the mixed grip as well, and it's the way I train. I will warm up all my deadlift sets with a mixed grip, and I will do my first heavy top set with a mixed grip, and then I will do my back down sets with the strap. So basically, I'm training that skill of deadlifting with a mixed grip, enforcing that good motor pattern, building that neurological efficiency. So by the time if I come to compete again, that skill is there, it's sharp, it's ready to go, and I just do my back downs with straps to save my grip. Smart move, win-win situation. It doesn't fatigue me as much, and you can still train the skill of deadlifting with the specific grip that you're going to use in competition. So that's deadlifts in itself if you're a powerlifter. Now what about back work, rows, pull downs? If it was stiff leg deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, just use straps. Again, your glutes and hamstrings, your spinal erectors, they're a lot stronger than your grip. So when we're trying to actually do hypertrophy work and get these muscles bigger, we don't want to be limited by our grip. So the only way you would use a mixed grip or a hook grip, if you were going to do, let's say, a deadlift variation on a secondary day, so something like a pause deadlift or a deficit pause deadlift, something which is a very, very close variation to your competition deadlift. Again, you would probably use the same tactic as you would work up to your top set or your first heavy set with the specific grip that you're going to use in competition, and then you come back down to straps. But that's all of the best lifters, whether it be power lifters, strongmen, whatever, they all use straps for their back work. We're not limited by our grip because it's stupid. It doesn't make sense to do that. Okay? So what you can always do as a powerlifter is where you can do specific grip work on the side. So things like plate holds, even farmer's carries, suitcase holds with heavy dumbbells or even a heavy barbell. But you can also do deadlift holds. So it's the most specific grip training you could get for a deadlift. So basically, at the end of a deadlift set, when you're using a mixed grip, just hold that last rep for 5 to 10 seconds in the position with your grip. There's no better way to train your grip, in specific for competition, by holding the actual deadlift at the top where it's hardest. That's going to be more specific and transfer over to a deadlift than just holding the plate or pinch holds or whatever. You see, it's all about specificity, and that's the most specific way you could train your grip to improve your deadlift, okay? But that's if you're a powerlifter. Now I've went over the main reasons where you're going to use straps there and my recommendations. Now what if we just fall in the category of everybody else? This is a lot of people that I work with and a lot of people that are on the internet. Not everyone's a powerlifter. So what are you going to do for deadlifts if you're just general population, everybody else, you have no specific goals to compete in a powerlifting competition? What should you do for straps, mixed grip, hook grip? Doesn't matter. Do whatever you feel is most comfortable, but you are not stuck and you have to do a mixed or a hook grip. You don't have to train that. If your deadlift feels good with a mixed or a hook grip and you're a general population, that's fine, you do that. You can use straps exclusively for all of your deadlifts, not a problem whatsoever. But then what about there's always someone who will go, oh, I'm not going to use straps for all my work, my grip is going to get weak. Listen, what are we trying to do here? Are we trying to build bigger muscles and get a stronger body, or are we trying to win the world's strongest man fucking grip competition? No, we're not. And let's be honest, if you can get to a point where you're deadlifting 500-600 pounds or whatever, even with straps, you're telling me that your grip is going to be weak? No, it won't be. So let's stop thinking that we're some big alpha cavemen and we can't use straps because it's just stupid and it's holding you back. So if you're a general population, just everybody else, doesn't matter, you can use straps, mixed grip, hook grip, whatever feels comfortable. So what about back work? Again, exclusively just use straps for everything, pull downs, rows, whatever it be, any sort of back training, any sort of hip hinge variations like stiff legs, Romanian deadlifts, all that type of stuff. Use straps. Again, we don't want to be limited by our grip strength. Our glutes and hamstrings and our back are so strong, and when you get to a certain level, you are going to be limited by your grip and forearm strength. Again, as I said over here, take a look at any of the best bodybuilders, powerlifters, strongmen, any of them. They're all using exclusively the Versa grips or straps for when they're doing their back work. It's just a fact. Go and have a look, and they know something about getting big and strong. So it's just something that helped my training a lot as well. I switched exclusively to using straps only about 4 or 5 years ago, and everything just blew up. So don't be so stuck in, you can't use straps, you've got to train your grip. Because again, that takes me on to my last point, or one of my last points. You don't want to be limited by your grip, and we can always do exclusive direct grip work if we wanted to. You can do your back work and deadlift work with straps, and if you wanted to do some, again, plate holds, farmers carries, have some work dedicated to actually training your grip, that's fine, but you don't want to be limited by your grip strength when it comes to getting bigger and stronger on all of this stuff like your deadlifts and your back work. Because again, down the line, if let's say if your grip gives out on every single set and you still got 3 or 4 more reps in the tank, but your grip is the thing that gives out, think how many sessions over the course of from week to week, month to month, down the line in 3 or 4 years time, if you would have used straps on all of those sets, think how much more growth and development you could have got in your back and posterior chain if you just used straps and were smart about it. Okay, so that's just a quick one on using lifting straps. Okay, so that's my recommendations for you. So if you have any more questions, or you want any more videos like this, just let me know. Alright, I'll talk to you all soon.